Well, hello there. Welcome to the Obi Thorn Alliance. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Luke.
And in today's video, we're doing our top 5 most anticipated movies of 2024. If you like the sound of that, like and subscribe and share the video. And of course, comment down what your list is.
So, there's quite a lot of movies coming out in 2024. I'm aiming to try and watch 50 movies this year, new movies. I'm already at 11 and we're, halfway through January. So I think I might get there. Maybe I should aim for 100. You're more of the TV guy, but you're going to try and watch some more movies this year?
Of course, yes.
So, let's get into the list. Okay, so at number 5, I've got Mean Girls. So I'm going to see this movie tonight, so my anticipation is going to be ended pretty shortly. So this is a reimagining of Mean Girls. So Mean Girls famously came out in the early 2000s, kind of a cult following film. It then became a musical and a stage production. This is now the movie version of the musical that was based upon the movie. So you're going to get to see a more interesting twist on Mean Girls. Still stars some of the past cast members reprising roles. And we've got a new younger cast of girls playing the main characters, or the Mean Girls. The premise of this movie, if people haven't seen it, is that basically there's a main character who originally was played by Lindsay Lohan. She grew up in Africa, moves to America, goes to American high school, and has to adapt to the customs of American high schools and gets acquainted with the Mean Girls, which are a group of popular girls who are rich and pretty and think they're better than everyone. And she tries to take them down from the inside. And yeah, if you haven't seen the original Mean Girls, I'd highly recommend it. So I'm hoping the second one is going to be just as funny, if not funnier.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. So my number 5 is War Rohan. And what I'm looking forward to it is because I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, and interesting enough, this prequel is set 261 years from the events of even The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and it's also produced by Warner Brothers. So, and it is animation, so part of me is wondering if they're going to do it like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I guess I'm anticipating it because I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, of course, and because it's animation, but I'm questioning, do we even need a Lord of the Rings movie because we have had so much. And personally, I think the Peter Jackson movies were well done enough, but I am, of course, looking forward to them.
Yeah, interesting to see they've gone with animation. I guess as kind of a neutral fan of Lord of the Rings, I don't mind that because I guess it's not going to ruin the legacy that Peter Jackson's left behind, and you can kind of opt in if you want to watch it or not. So that's kind of cool. So at number 4, I've got the third installment of Deadpool. Don't get me wrong, I'm really looking forward to this film, and I'm sure Jacob's going to put it higher up his list, so I won't talk about it too much. But Deadpool for me is, I think it's going to be good, but I think it's going to be what you expect. It's going to be funny, it's going to be action filled, it's just going to be Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds. So looking forward to it, but not as much as some of the other films that I think are going to be something different and groundbreaking, where this is just going to be almost guaranteed to be a smash hit, which is a good thing, but my anticipation for the known is not as exciting as something that's unknown.
Fair enough. So my number 4 is The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And interesting enough, this movie is the 4th installment of the new reboot franchise, and this movie is set 300 years after the events of Caesar winning the war, and it'll be really interesting to see how human beings have kind of suffered the consequences of losing the war. And we also get to see the rise of Caesar's son, and interesting. I'm just anticipated because I'm a big fan of the new Planet of the Apes franchise, and I think this is an interesting direction to go in. And I really thought the trailer didn't give away too much, but I thought it had a lot going for it, and I'm definitely looking forward to this movie when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to it. Not as much as you. Not a massive fan of Planet of the Apes, but I think they're okay movies. So I will see it, but I can't say I'm super looking forward to it. So at number 3, I've got The Fall Guy. Mainly, I'm looking forward to this as when I saw the trailer, I thought it just looked hilarious, and I am a big fan of Ryan Gosling, and I think when he's funny, he's at his best. One of my favorite actors of all time. This film, after doing a bit of research, I found out is a movie adaptation of a TV series from the 80s by the same name. Has the same character, but kind of in the future. This movie is also set and filmed in Australia, which is quite exciting for being an Australian. Basically, Ryan Gosling is a stuntman past his prime. The person he plays the double as the stuntman goes missing in suspicious circumstances, and he volunteers to go on a quest to find him, which is kind of where the comedy comes into it, that he's a stuntman, so he kind of thinks he's an action hero, but he kind of just plays an action hero. He's not really an action hero. So I just think the trailer makes this look really funny, and Ryan Gosling just has more hits than misses. So I'm looking forward to it. I just think it's a cool, interesting premise.
Good choice. So coming in at my number 3 is Bad Boys 4. They haven't had a title for it, so I don't know what it's called, but I really enjoyed Bad Boys 3. I really think Bad Boys 3 lifted the franchise quite a lot. I actually think the third one worked a lot better because it showed them older in their lives, and I think the fourth one would even take that higher because now we know that Will Smith's character is going to be a father and kind of working with that aspect of the storyline, but it'll be interesting to see what will happen. And thankfully this movie is happening because of the whole slap situation and stuff like that, so the movie might have not happened, but thankfully it is, and I'm very much looking forward to it because the third one was amazing, and I think this will be too.
So at number 2, I've got Inside Out 2. So I really enjoyed the original Inside Out, which came out in 2015. Really interesting premise that follows the inside mind of a young girl, and the emotions. And it's just a funny way on playing on what goes inside someone's head. So this movie is Riley, the main character. She's now a teenager, and with that comes new emotions, new hormones, new things going on inside her head. From what I've seen in the trailer, that's basically what happens. So inside her headquarters, the emotions are there's new emotions that show up, and we're going to have to see the challenges that come along with that. So I really hope it's as fun and as innovative as the first movie was. Have you seen Inside Out?
No, I want to though.
I think Inside Out's a really cool cartoon. I think for adults, there's a lot to take away from it, and kids, I think they don't fully grip what's going on in it, because I think it is more tailored towards adults, but it's fun and pretty to look at. So it's looking forward to the second one. I'm intrigued to see how they can do what they can do with it, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. So coming in at my number 2 is The Joker 2, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga playing Harvey Quinn. And I loved the first movie, and this is why I'm anticipating the first one. Even though I've heard that this movie is a musical, part of me thinks, well, where are they going with that? And the first one was so unique that we even need a second one, but I'm still very anticipating it. It's interesting because 2019 was when we got the first one, and now we're finally getting the second one, and I'm very looking forward to seeing how they deal with the Joker, with the storyline, with the potential for his character and Harvey Quinn, their relationship, and also this was produced by Bradley Cooper, so there's a lot going for this movie. But there's a more anticipated movie that I'm looking forward to, so that is number 1.
So at number 1, following on from what Jacob just said I've also got the Joker film. So the first one, absolutely loved it. Groundbreaking. I'm a big fan of the DC universe, particularly Batman. So this was kind of going to be hit and miss for me, the first one, but it was a definite hit. I think they touched on mental health amazing, like better than any other movie I've seen. I think the second one's going to be really interesting to see how they get the dynamic between him and Harley. I think Lady Gaga's a great choice for it. I'm excited about seeing the musical aspect of it. I have a feeling it's going to be more like musicals are happening in their head. The name, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it. It's Feu de Lac, something like that. Something in French. Looked it up. Basically, it means two people having kind of a mental health issues coinciding and experiencing the same delusion. So that kind of gives away this idea that Harley Quinn and the Joker will fall in love and their delusions will come one. And I think that's got a lot of promise. I think Bradley Cooper being part of it's exciting. So I really can't wait for this to come out in October this year.
Great choice.
So what do you got at number one, Jacob?
My number one is Deadpool 3. I'm so looking forward to. We're finally getting an R-rated Marvel movie, and of course seeing Ryan Reynolds and the return of Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine and in his iconic yellow suit. There's so much to be looking forward to it, and I have seen the sets as well. They're getting into more the multiverse areas in it, and I think this movie has so much potential and intrigue to it, but I think this movie needs to hit for Marvel to succeed going forward, and I'm anticipating, even though there is a part of me that goes, well, Marvel has been doing as well lately, but this is number one for a reason.
Good choice. Also excited to see it. So lots of good movies coming out this year. There one that just missed the list for you that you're looking forward to?
Gladiator 2, but I don't know if we actually need a sequel, so part of me thinks they're just doing a sequel just because, but the cast does look amazing with Denzel Washington and Pascal as well, so, and probably Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Iron Claw. The only reason I didn't put it on the list is because I actually haven't seen a trailer for it. I just know the premise, and I'm a big fan of Zac Efron, and I really like Jeremy Allen White. So without seeing a trailer, that's the only reason I didn't put it on the list, but I don't know. It could be better than all the ones I put on my list. I don't know. So I'm excited for it without actually knowing too much about it. So that missed the list for that reason.
Well, thank you for watching. As always, you're awesome, and keep being awesome, and comment down below what your list is. And as always, there's videos at the end, and see you there. Bye-bye.